My friend flew into a rage and smashed my setup because I didn't stop playing racist games. Now his parents are begging me not to file charges. Plus all updates. I have a friend who is heavily into gaming. He thinks he can make a career out of it but doesn't have money to get the setup. He has a cheap laptop from Walmart that can't run multiple things because the processor and motherboard can't handle it. I recently got a desktop setup. Expensive. Like 3K worth. I've been saving for years for this setup, and of course my friend was upset. Some points to note. 1. Me and my friend are both technically black. I'm mixed and lighter skinned because my mom's white. My friend's parents are both dark-skinned. Other than our skin color, people think we are related. 2. I'm a huge zombie game fan. I own all the Resident Evil games, all COD games with zombie maps, and both Dying Light, Walking Dead games, and VR-related games. I'm a lore junkie and have a whole diagram on my wall explaining the timeline of the original Resident Evil series and even how the movies play their part, mainly animated movies, but live-action ones as well. My friend thinks the world has it out for him because of his skin color. He isn't underprivileged. His parents work super well-paying jobs and don't give him money anymore because he doesn't help out with anything. He had his whole college paid for, but he dropped out. He was failing classes. He thought the teachers had it out for him because he was black and not because he refused to do the work. He won't get a job because white people are better at being servants. On to the main issue. In light of getting my new PC, I got Dead Island 2. I was a huge fan of DI1. My friend was over at my house while I played DI2. He was reading the character names over my shoulder, and I picked the white male in the game as my character. I liked his stats. My friend got pissy and asked why I didn't choose either of the black dudes. I just said I wanted to play the firefighter stripper, man. He huffed and turned towards my re-wall diagram and started bitching how RE5 was racist because of where it takes place and the majority of the people you KLL are of color. I told him that they KLL are white women and few other white people, but that didn't calm him down. I tried to ignore him until he saw the loading screen of my game, which unfortunately had a black guy with a knife or sword in head. My friend lost it. He screamed at me, saying the games I play and enjoy are racist because they KLL or zombify black people or POC in general. He threatened to break my setup if I didn't stop playing these racist games and that he'd stop being my friend. I was honestly dumbfounded and just asked him to leave. He called me a racist game-loving soul and stormed out screaming the whole way. My girlfriend doesn't think I'm an soul, and I'm just enjoying a genre of game that targets every demographic because again, white people in the games die, too. I feel bad and wonder if I should give up my love for zombie games because of this issue. Update, Valp, I ended up talking to my friend, who is now an ex-friend. I invited him over and explained how weird his view of the games I like is. My girlfriend showed him the post and comments, and of course he said everyone was only saying he's the odd because he's black. I told him that that wasn't the reason, and he knew it. Dude flew into a rage and grabbed my baseball bat, and smashed my tower. I shouted at him to stop while my girlfriend started screaming and crying. My dad ran in to see what was happening and had to semi-tackle my ex-friend to get him to stop. My mom called the police and his disappointed parents. The police asked if I wanted to press charges since it was over 3K worth of damages. His parents begged me not to, saying they'd pay for the damages and even get me a better setup. I'm unsure of what to do. The police said they'd give me a couple of days to decide, but I had to choose quickly. Either I do, or I don't. I don't think it's fair for his parents to buy me a new setup, but my ex-friend doesn't have a job, and his parents would end up paying for everything anyway.